Alright, back with another video, and we're going to be doing some long plays. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun. Switch the source here. So this first one is probably going to be just like a dry run, because I've been practicing during my lunches at work, and I want to make sure that I got the pattern down, remembered pretty good, because I believe there's 5 customers that I need to do the drift with. You know, the drift driving. So we're going to go with that's right, right? What is it? So right now, this is just picking up all the customers that I can, you know. Okay, let me start over. Because I was about to veer left and go and pick up that customer, and I was like, no, 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 no. So I ended up stopping wrong. So I just want to make sure I remember the pattern, because it's been a few days. It was fresh on my mind, you know, like Thursday, and it's not exactly as fresh, but I think I might have it remembered, you know, pretty good. That was terrible. Because there's a lot of things, you know, it's not just the customers you got to remember, it's where you park. You know, you stop, because it's so easy to accidentally pick up somebody else, you know, and then when you do that, it throws the pattern way off. It messes everything up. You can get away with, you know, say a different pattern, but the way I have it set up now is I'm very limited on time when I'm drifting. So I know I have to rush, you know, because during my practice runs, I was finding that there was a couple spots I would get down to like 10 seconds, you know. So you really have to watch what you're doing and, you know, be careful. I pick up this guy on the top. Because the idea is we're looping the map. Always go up here, by the way. If I hadn't said that before, which I'm pretty sure I have, just always go up there. So we're looping the map. We're going to loop it probably, I believe it's 3 times going forward. And then we'll loop it 3 times going reverse. So park in this corner here, because if you don't, you could accidentally pick up that customer over there, and you do not want to do that. So now we're going to go to the heliport. Pick up the red one on the left. The only reason we pick him up now is, for one, is to get him out the way, so we don't have to accidentally pick him up later, and because he's taking us in the direction we need to go, which is over here, and it coincides with our next pickup exactly, which is this customer, which is the one on the left. So this is not a drift driving customer. You need the time from this one. I'm sure maybe some adjustments could be made and you can drift drive with this one, but it's kind of early on and you haven't really picked up any time, you know, because this one, you know, gives you a lot of time, but you got to take them where they got to go. You can make it if you drift drive, but you want to get more time first. So we're gonna go to the mall. You get pretty good. You can you know, do some of this drifting around the corners, you know, net you a couple extra dollars. It's very negligible. So we're picking up the one on the left. So yeah, I was thinking for a second there I might have not been close enough and I could have accidentally picked up the other customer, which is something I've done over here quite a few times. We're picking up the top one. If you park in between them, you can easily, and this is a drift driving customer right here. This is OP customer in the game. They give you more time than anybody. Now, the time that you see is based on the easiest game settings because you need that in order to do the drift driving. Otherwise, you'll end up having to stop sooner. And the whole idea is to find the customers that you can drift drive with that give you enough time to max out your combo at 255. Because if you can't max out your combo, which there's one of them that I have to deal with during my test run, I only got like 15K. I didn't get to max out the combo, or I did, and it just wasn't very long by the time I was able to drop off the customer. So it just, you know, I may revise it later on. But for the time being, I'm going to keep it because that's, you know, $15,000 that I could add to my total time. So this customer goes at the bottom of the cable car stop. So you wanna drop off this customer when you're drift driving. You want to have some time remaining. You know, maybe like 10 seconds when you're drift driving. So we're gonna pick up this customer right here. So you can see how much time I have right there, right? 225 seconds. Normally, I would be really low after drift driving that OP customer. And I'd be, this customer, you have to rush. You don't want to make any mistakes. I mean, you can hit a vehicle and still make it, but, you know, try to avoid any of that whenever possible. We're going to pick her up. So I've made a video before where I was picking up, you know, the customers, and I told you who to pick up, but since that video, I have made minor revision. Stop right here so you don't pick up these customers by accident, or that one, because we're going to the square part. I can get the latency to allow me to boost, and we're going to pick up red, which is behind, you know, that other customer. And so the difference is, normally when I make it over here with red, I would immediately turn around right up here, but I'm saving that turnaround and I'm coming this way because I don't want to pick up just yet that other customer, because later I'm going to the KFC, and then from there I want to turn around and pick up the JL Warehouse Levi's, you know, customer. So this is where you really have to focus on having your time and not running out of it. So you got to be very careful. So when you drift drive, you know, you don't want to make any mistakes. So we're picking up the first one, the closest one. And when I pick her up, I won't have a whole lot of time once I pick her up. So there's going to be, well, first of all, she doesn't give you enough time to do the drift driving for a max combo. So we just get her and we get the time back, because at this point, we're kind of low. And I believe she's taking us to the hospital. So we're going to slow down and pick up the farthest customer right up here. And this one's just a rush drive. This is one of those in the game that they try to steal your time with. and then stop on the right. That red car is always up there, that van, and pick up this one. Now we're going to the hotel. Hope you can see it. You know, my picture-in-picture is blocking it, but you know, you can see what's going on. So we're going to pick up the first customer at the hotel. I'm going to cut through here. You don't have to. I think it's a little bit faster, but it's kind of jittery. So you know, you gotta make sure your eyes are prepared for that. And pick up this customer, the first one you get to. So she's going to take us to the fire station. This is basically another, first 42 video, but I'm not stopping. I'm trying to see if I got it all memorized, And she's not a drifting customer. The fire station girl is. So we have to reverse. You can actually reverse pretty fast. That's about as fast as it is. But you can. She's the one that if you you're not gonna you're gonna max out your combo, but it's not gonna be for very long. I believe it's this one. Unless, whenever I was doing my test, unless I messed up or something. But that's what I remember. She's a drift driver. I may change it later, but I think she gives enough time. It's just how much time does she give? Because I got to go to Fresh Tree Street, which is just past the cable car stop top, and it's the street on the left. But then I'm going to pick up the other guy that we didn't pick up. So that's lap 2 right there. That we went forward. So we're picking up this guy. So he's going to take us to the beach area. Yeah, I believe I got 15K with her when I drift drove. And when I went to go pick him up, I was really low on time. And so you just don't want to make many mistakes. And we're going to pick up this one. So you can stop sooner, so you get the time, but then you're going to lose the few seconds anyway, having to drive forward to go and get her. And so she's not a drift driver, because you're going to need that time back that you lost from OP customer and Fresh Tree Street drift driving customer. I'll turn too soon there. So this one, she's taking me to the KFC, which is I forget what it's called. Some other restaurant. And then we're gonna turn around. So be careful up here. So park behind this sign, because there's a guy you can accidentally pick up. So park right here. It's an easy way to get around from picking him up, and it's quick turnaround, assuming you don't hit anybody. And then we're going to the Levi's, and I'm going to do a drift turn. Normally it's better than that, but you get the idea. Ooh, messed up there. She's taking us to the baseball stadium. She's not a drift driving customer, I don't believe. Like I said, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to memorize. It's only been a week of practice, at work. And then we're not picking him up at the baseball stadium because he wants to go backwards. So that's why this customer is not a drift driver. We're going to the police station, because we're going to get him later when we're actually going backwards. That was a close call. Okay, here's the police station. We're not picking up the first customer, we're picking up the other one. The red one. She's one of those, you know, hurry up, take them to their destination. Not necessarily the steal your time, like the one at the cable car stop top, that one that gives you like 12 seconds or something. We're not picking him up. Now we're going back to the mall and we're picking up the one that we didn't get the other time. And then we're going to cut through the mall. So yeah, she's going to the lookout tower, and we're not picking up the customer at the lookout tower. Yeah, my button didn't register there. That's the low frame rate of the game. Got a video coming out on that. It's going to be a short video. I didn't want to post it yet because I used, I had a long play, not a long play, but multiple 10 crazy minutes I was working on trying to beat my record. So park far up because he's right here. So park up here. And then there's a customer who's basically not at a location. She's right up here. And she doesn't give you enough time to do any drift driving either. 100 seconds isn't enough in this game to reach your max combo. I mean, you could always try it, you know, but in my test, you're going to need the time that she gives you, because the next customer that takes us backwards, she's a drift driver, and she's the one that I start with on the 10 crazy minutes. Whenever I do those videos, she's the first customer I always pick up. And there's nobody here, so you don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally getting anybody. So we're gonna do that. And she's a drift driving customer. See how much time she gives you? 176 seconds. I could have done it, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to still make sure that I have everything memorized. Because these runs, once I start recording them, you're probably not going to see a lot of them where, because I already have a 183K record that I want to beat. So that means when I do any of this drift driving stuff, that I can't be making many mistakes, if at all. You know, like, I don't want to lose my combo by getting a hit. So if I lose, at any point, if I lose my combo by getting hit, then that run is done with. If I accidentally stop and then have to do my combo over, you know, but I didn't lose it, then that's okay. You know. So we're not picking her up. We're going over here to the mall and we're picking up customer on the left. And then we're just going to cut through the mall with this terrible frame rate. I don't know if it's just extra jittery there or it's just worse. You know, and you can just jump over that. It doesn't, that little ramp, whatever, there's nothing to stop you, like in the regular games. So we're going to get him too, because he's taking us backwards to the police station. And then we're going to pick up the police station customer. So now, once you're drift driving and you're at this point, you're in a rush. I get down to like 10, 12 seconds when I go to pick up this customer, which is right there on the right. So this customer is a drift driver, but they are very hard to do because of this circle here. I've done it before, but it's hard. I believe this one's taking me to the airport. Not the airport. The heliport. Same difference, right? Or the church. Can't remember. I don't know, the arrow's going to show me. I just know it's in this direction. You know, once I get here, then I'll know what customer to pick up. So it looks like the church. Yeah. So I'm on the back side of the church, and I get to pick up this customer. Popcorn Mania, and then we're going to pick up that guy there at the Popcorn Mania. He's the one that that I typically accidentally pick up with no intentions. But I end up accidentally picking him up all the time because I don't stop right. You know, because I'm usually trying to pick up the other customer. But now I'm picking him up on purpose. Cable car stop A. So yeah, A is the top. Cable car stop top. I don't remember. I don't believe he's a drift driver. Because the Yacht Harbor customer is. Because once I get to the cable car stop, this customer is taking me to the tennis court, which is this one. Gosh, you have to be like so precise. She's not a drift driver, but the tennis court customer is. So, but as you can see, like if you're just picking up all these customers, you know, and just boosting, you can set the timer to hard, and you know, you'll still make it. Doesn't really make a difference, you know, setting the timer to hard or not. I mean, they give you less time, so it's a little more challenging, but you know, I think it's kind of like the game is already unfair as it is. So Crown Arena. So I believe, because Crown Arena gives us the other OP customer. So I don't think he's a drift driver either. I don't remember exactly. That's what I have to remember. Is who's the drift drivers and not, because there's 5 of them. So it's the first customer, well, they're not the first, but they're at the beginning of the game, who takes us over here to the hotel. OP customer here, fire station customer, that makes 3. This customer right here, because he gives us 190, yeah. He's a hard one too, because you got to drive through the city. You can cut through here. Wait, no, I'm not going to. I gotta leave the city area. But you have to go through all this, you know, without, and then do this. That's why these, the record for, once I created that record for the long play, I think I picked up 58 customers before I ran out of time. Because I did all my drift driving, and then you end up running it, you know, running low on time. And so at the end, you just try to pick up as many customers as you can with whatever remaining time you have. So he takes me to the heliport. And that's where I get Muncha Pizza Guy. Yeah, because I remember if you speed through with that guy and you don't drift drive from the very beginning, you're going to end up getting there early. You can do that if you're worried about your time and trying to keep it. But you're not going to fully max out your combo and get the full amount of money you can by doing that. So you're going to end up making it to the heliport, and then you're going to end up circling back and forth at the heliport just to kind of get more money because you got there early from boosting instead of drift driving. Okay, so this is the one that I don't always remember. I believe I got to pick up first customer here. Her, and not the second one. West Side Beach, yeah, I believe that's right. Because next, I don't pick up anybody at the beach. I pick up somebody who's across the street who kind of doesn't have a location. So you're going to be careful with these as well and just kind of don't get too close. And pick up this customer right here. Come on. She's going to Fresh Tree? Yeah. And that's right here. That's a quick turn, you know. I hate the latency in this game. Like, I can deal with the frame rate, but I wish there wasn't. See, look at that, hit a ghost car. That's why you have to be careful in this game. You see what I did there? I drift and turn, so when I slammed against. So now we're going to Sale Street. We're going to pick up the one on the left, which is the bottom, depending on how you're looking at the gold customer. I did that because, and you're going to need the time from this customer. I did that because you kind of get stuck in the wall if you're speeding, and as fast as you can, you just hop that hill, you know. And so, I mean, you're not fully stuck, but it lags you a little bit. So if you can do a drift turn and just slam the side of your car into it, it's just easier to get out of it. And then you'll be closer to facing the direction you need to be. So where are we going again? Fire station. And from the fire station, we're going to go to the lookout tower. So I thought when I was doing this video that I was going to have my iPad out with my, not the map, but with my list of the order of the customers and how I pick them up. It says I'm ranked number 2. It's probably because when I did my record, I might have done it with the original cartridge and not the EverDrive. I don't remember. I kind of switched between the two. And we're going to pick up this customer right here. Borders Paradise. I was hoping I was going to kind of like clip through them. So, as you can see, this customer's not a drift driver. They don't give you over 100 seconds. Some of them that give you over 100 seconds, it might be like 115. It's just not enough. So then we're going to follow over here. I could have cut through that tunnel. Normally I do, but I just completely forgot. So, okay, and then I think we're supposed to pick up this customer because we're supposed to come from the other side. So I got lucky on that. I might have accidentally. See, now there's nobody at the police station now. So I might have messed that up. Actually. I'm gonna go back. See, I don't have it all memorized. I'm gonna go back. Where's Borders? Paradise, is it? Nope. Okay, here's the hospital. These pixels, it's hard to see. There's this one. See, this is the one I needed to go. The baseball stadium. Because from the baseball stadium, I get to pick up the baseball stadium customer. So it was a mild detour. Not like detrimental to the run or anything, you know, which this isn't. This is more of a dry run anyway. And so now he's taking us backwards to the heliport. And then from the heliport, we're going to go behind the KFC and pick up that customer, only because they're just an out-of-the-way customer that you can forget about. And they're going to take you where you want to go, to the Record City. You know, Tower Records, whatever they call it here in this game. Record City, or the record store. So we're going to go here. Usually part of this part of the game kind of can be a little frustrating because, you know, with all the drift drivers, see, in this one they don't give you that much time. She's meant to steal your time anyway, so we're going to pick up him. See, if you put the timer on hard, that would have been slow. So we're going to the sports shop, and then we're going to pick up the customer at the bottom of the sports shop, the one who's actually at the sports shop itself. Because the customer at the top, I consider them the sports shop customer as well. But we're not picking them up. We're picking up the actual. And so then we go to the yacht harbor. And I believe that would make this customer would be our last drift driver. And this customer right here. She gives you 165 seconds. So if I remember right, that would be 5. And this is the part of the run where if you haven't messed up during your drift driving and you mess up, you just spent, you know, 45 minutes or whatever it is by the time you get to this point, and it was basically a waste, you know, because, you know, with the record of 183K, I can't mess up if I want to beat that score. I was practicing, you know, like I said, using my PSP with the emulator, and, you know, I can do save states and stuff. This way, in case I drift drive with the wrong customer, I can just revert back to that save slot that I kept, right? And so then from here, there's a customer across the street, but we're not getting them. We want to go down over here. It's not him. It's going to be over here by the fire station. Watch. Right on this corner. See? So if you don't get no lags like that, you can do a quick turn, and he is a drift driver, depending on how much time you have. So I believe it. So he's the fifth one then. So there's a customer in there that I've messed up, you know, remembering which one is a drift driver and which one isn't, because you do need your time at some point. So like I said, this is a dry run to make sure I got the pattern memorized, which I messed up on one. That was okay. It wasn't an important customer. It was just one who takes us to the police station, and at that point there was nobody at the police station anyway to pick up, so it's not like it was detrimental and it's gonna really take me out of the way or anything, you know. It's just instead of picking up that customer, I would end up picking somebody else up. I would skip them because I already did them, I already grabbed them. This is kind of where I don't fully remember who I pick up, because I think this customer takes me to the JNL warehouse, which is the Levi's shop. But at this point in the game, I've already had, assuming I didn't mess up, I would have my record, you know, or close to it, right? And these customers are just extras at this point. It's like you're low on time. You might have, I don't know, 60 seconds or whatever, and you're just picking up customers just to pick them up at this point. So I didn't count all these that I was picking up and I'm dropping off right now, but I'm gonna have around 42, somewhere in there. So I believe the customer I just dropped off was the 43rd customer, I believe. Because remembering back to my video where I did the first 42, I went and picked up one more, but it wasn't the one that I picked up right now. It was somebody else because they were nearby. And so I don't believe these have a pattern. So let's see. I don't want to sit here and wait for the timer to go out at 662 seconds. So I'm just going to kind of mess around and see where this customer takes me. Even though the yacht harbor, okay. Because I believe from here that I'm supposed to go into right there where those two guys are and skip, you know. Because one of them takes me forward. But I don't remember. See Fresh Tree Street here. So since this is dry run, and at this point this is where my record attempt would end shortly after. I wouldn't have this much time to mess with. But since I do have this much time, I'm just gonna pick up whatever customers, you know. Lag. So now this one, I can go over here and pick up the second one. Okay, we'll stop. Where are you in university? There's nobody at the university, but there's somebody in the area. And there's this guy who doesn't give you, he's one of those steal your time customers. Because if you put it on a hard, it's almost impossible to drop them off when it's on hard difficulty. You can't hit, you have to drift, you have to boost and drift and whatever. You're not going to get any leeway for those. So a lot of these customers, they take you backwards as well. So I'm going to grab, not this one. This one takes me back to the university. I'm going to grab this first one up here. He takes me backwards as well. Or should I say forwards. Backwards from the direction I was facing. So he goes to Sales Street. So I shouldn't have picked up that other customer, because that was coming this way. Because then I could have picked up Sales Street customer and came back. You know, but let's see here. Oh man. So like, I'm just trying to, in my mind, I'm trying to think of, you know, who to pick up, because the last 25 customers, I don't have a pattern for. I should just let the time run out. But if I do, you're gonna be waiting there a long time. Oh, there's somebody up here. Where you at? Right here. Make sure you take me backwards where I just came from. See, Sales Street. And that's what a lot of the last remaining 25 customers do. They just take you back and forth, you know. So for example, from where I was, so where I ended the last customer, I dropped him off at the seaside, you know. I could have turned around, picked up that guy, and then came over here and then grabbed this one that took me backwards over there, you know, to the university, and then went from the university, and, you know, so that would have been not really a pattern, you know, because I'd be going backwards out of the way. But I believe it was one of these, that guy that I pick up. I think he goes to Sale or Fresh Street. Cable car stop. Then I could take the cable car stop guy. Which he doesn't give you no time, but what I'm going to do though, see if I can do that. Does it really have to be that close? You know how many times I'm in between two customers like that and I accidentally pick up one of them? I wish there was a way that I could just like give up without making the time run all the way down, because, you know, I'd have to edit that out. That'd be pretty boring to watch. Let's see, let's pick up the one that's not red. Where does he go? Sports Shop. Okay, so after dropping off Seaside, Sports Shop would have been a good one. And then at the sports shop, there's somebody left over here in the park, and then there's somebody at the sports shop still, across the street from the sports shop. So there's this customer who takes me backwards. Cable car stop bottom, yeah. There's still customers here too, 2 of them. And there's one way in this little crevice right over there. And then there's this one, I believe there's, no, I already got that one. There's still one more up here on the left and one more right here on the right, I believe. see, like, my time. Like, they give you a lot of time in this game. Okay, so it's this one that he's gonna take me backwards. Oh, Square Park. Okay, so both of them go there. So I would have dropped off the seaside shop, whatever that was called, market shop, and at the beach, and then I'd come right over here, and the other one took me backwards. And he takes me back to the seaside market. So I could have done that. Pick up that customer, they would take me back to the seaside market, and then I go back and pick up the other one. It takes me to the sports shop, and then the other one takes me backwards to the cable car stop bottom, and then from the cable car stop bottom, I pick up that customer who takes me to the sales street, and then from the sales street, I pick up that customer. So I got a pattern going on that. I can remember that, I believe. I mean, it's a little back and forth going, but it's still customers that take me somewhere I need to be. There's one in this corner over here. I'll just grab them. They never light up because I still have all the customers at the other half of the map. I still have one over there across the street from the tennis court that takes me back to the university. Then I got these customers. There's what, 2 over here, 1 right here. Who's gonna take me backwards, I believe, as well. West Side Beach. So this is where that extra time that, you know, you get a lot of time, but that's where the extra time comes. Because at this point of the game, you're gonna be going back and forth. Like I said, I don't have a pattern for the last 25 customers or so. Pick up the other one at the pizza. Okay, you go forward. Yeah, don't do that. Sometimes you can clip it pretty good. And he takes me backwards, I believe, as well, where I just came from. Square Park. So I could have had a pattern there too. I could have worked from Seaside Beach and then have one that takes me to the park and then turn around, go to the warehouse. Oh, I did that again. I was hoping I was going to jump it. Okay, I got the person at the KFC, which also takes me. I'm going to grab you. Cafeteria. That's not even that far. That's the only problem with this game is like trying to remember. Really? Did I hit them? Did I really hit them? So I could already tell that I'm nearing close to getting all the customers because I have $40,000. And I didn't do any drift driving. You can pick up all 68 customers, and this is what your score is going to be. It's going to be around the 40,000s, you know. I think I had got a 44 when I picked them all up in one video that I did. So this customer, he takes me backwards, I believe, as well. Come on. So he's one of those that steals your time type customers. I feel like I got something in my eye, but we'll keep going. Picked up the customer back there earlier. So we're going to have to go to the other side. And a lot of them customers want to come back this way. Already got both heliport customers. I believe there's one at the RB station that I might have not picked up yet. The second one there. Yeah. Joe's Diner, that's what it's called. I keep forgetting the KFC. Joe's Diner. Eat at Joe's. It's like, you know, they, with all the licensing issues, they changed the name on so many of these games. Even the Fila shop that becomes sports shop and Fila, and then it's something else, and depending on what region you're playing. I mean, if you're playing, not region, but like if you're playing PC, they changed it to something else. It's like everything else is the same. It was Crazy Taxi, I believe it was Crazy Taxi 3 on PC. It has all the licensing stuff, but Fila's not there. They changed it to, you know, a bike shop, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's what's always confusing, and I believe I already got him too. Yeah. And there's nobody at the police station. So the only issue you have when you get to this way is finding all the leftover customers. So you can like ride this outer wall if you want. Kind of see if I got both here at the hospital. If you don't really know where you're going, it's hard to remember a lot of this. Okay, and this takes you to the mall section, so we're gonna go this way. You have both of them. Okay. We'll go this direction. Let's see the I know I didn't get everybody. See? street. Yeah, of course. So now let's go back and get that other one, who I believe takes us out of the area. Because they're, I don't know what colors that's supposed to be. Orange. Bus terminal. So we can cut through here. There's one there, and then I believe there's one. I believe there's that customer left up there too. But she takes us out. I don't want to leave the area just yet. So I'm gonna go to the mall. She's gonna give me a good amount of time, like 90 something seconds here at the hotel. So I'm not gonna pick her up. I'm gonna pick up this one at the mall that I haven't got because I want to stay in the area. Let's see, hopefully I got everybody over here. Oh yeah, I already came from here. Oh, yellow. Where are you taking me? RV station. Yeah, that's another thing too, is like, you know, you're towards the end trying to get all these customers, and there's still some left that give you, you know, that weren't on the initial path that I create, and they still give you enough time, so you're like, okay, I keep going back and forth, and I'm running out of time. You know, you don't really have to worry about it too much because you have some customers that still give you a good amount. I believe I got all the customers on this side of the map, like, so I gotta go back to the other side. I know I got the hotel customer. It's that quadrant area that's hard to remember, you know. Like you got Skybank and Borders Paradise and stuff, so I'm gonna go left, I think, here. Because this is where Skybank is. See if I picked you up already. I did. I already got everybody at the hospital. I know I got everybody there. And then here was the, I forgot what that location's called. And I got you. Let me check this side. I never come this way that often. I got him. Right, yeah, I did. I got him last time. And then there's her. I knew I had her left for sure. Oh, so 74 seconds, whatever. Lookout tower. I believe that's everybody on that side. There's still one or two going up the hill past the fire station. I got him earlier. And then there's one across from the tennis court. I know I haven't gotten. Okay, we're still. Everybody's good on those two. Did I get that one? Yep, there's no arrows. I must have got him earlier. So she's the one from the tennis court. Takes me to the university. Pretty sure I got everybody on the other side already, so I'm going to go to the university and I'm going to turn around just to be sure and do a quick drive. Because I thought that there was one right up here that I didn't get. It's usually, okay, I did get that one then. I don't believe there's any customers on these other sides. I'll go up here just to be sure, but I'm pretty confident that there's no customer, that they didn't put any on either of these sides, you know, the left or the right. I don't know what street these are called. And we'll go over here just to be sure. There's no, you know, when you get close to a customer, the arrow pops up. That's ghost car. The game is pretty nice for doing that because, you know, resolution, another ghost car. Resolution of the game, it's hard to see those little pixelated people look like. Okay, we're good there. Because I believe going down those hills, there's only two customers. And one was at the top, going down the hill, and then the other one was where the corner of the, right over there, where the fire station I just passed up. I'm pretty sure this is all customers, because my score is at 44K, and just picking up everybody, that's what I figured, it's kind of the average, you know. You get around 42 to 44K if you can get all customers. I actually moved and it didn't register. Okay, so I got those. I don't believe there's any customers in this area, like the game. I don't think it puts any in this spot. Okay, here's the hotel. Already got those two. I got these two, alright, yep. I got those two that were there. We're approaching the Borders Paradise area. Nothing. I mean, we're about to find out in a minute. if I missed one. There's the hospital. I just wish the game counted for you. You know, help a brother out. That would have been funny if there was a customer right there at the police station. That would have been bad. So it should say 68 if we got them all. Got them all. That's right. Crazy. Second place, see? Oh. JL. Oh. Sometimes I do JML. Register to me. So let's go to records. Let's go to JLO records. Normal rules 52. I must have did the drifting on that. Like an early drift where I didn't pick up all the customers. And then here's the 10 crazy minutes that will be on the video that I just posted before this one. Not the frame rate video. The other video where I'm doing, it's like 2 hours long. So, yeah. Now, once my record is 101,810, so I still have I had $1,500 basically, now to beat the record. I just want to get 102 on 10 crazy minutes and I'll be good. You know, I mean, of course, if I can get better than that, I want to get better than that, but that's my goal, is just to beat it. I don't want to get 101,811, you know, I don't want to beat it by $1 or anything like that, so. Let's see, I don't know how long this video is. This video is about an hour-ish long, maybe. So I'll just go ahead and wrap this one up. This way I'm not doing, and then I'll record another one where I'm trying to do the drift driving with the long play, picking up as many customers as possible. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you learn, you know, where you can pick up all the customers. Like I said, I don't have the last 25 or so customers mapped out, but you know, as we're going through it, I was able to kind of do a couple more, you know, and make it to where I picked up 43, and then I can go to the seaside market, and then I can pick up somebody else who takes me to, you know, and it was only like 2 or 3 more customers, but the rest of them I don't have mapped out. You just got to go back and forth. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like Crazy Taxi, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. It's, you know, mirrored, so I kind of do both because I forget which way he's facing.